Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. I hope you're having a great week. And if you got hit with this snowstorm that I'm actually filming this Friday at 4:38 in the afternoon, it is still snowing like crazy here in Maine. If you got hit by this storm, which probably, I think about half the country, I think it was like from Texas to Chicago or so, and then it was just kind of whooshing on over, or I heard it was actually like maybe two storms. Anyway, man, I hope you're all dug out if you were hit by the storm, and I hope you are warm and safe and didn't lose power or got it back quickly if you did. Knock on wood, or whatever the heck these cubicles are made out of. We haven't yet, so I'm hoping that the lights stay on. Last weekend we had another blizzard. It was we got over a foot of snow, but it was kind of like in like a 24-hour span. But it was really light and fluffy, so, and it was really windy too, so thank goodness it was light and fluffy, or we would have all lost power, but we didn't, so yay, that was good. Hope you're having a good week. I definitely feel a lot more optimistic this week than I did last week. That's why I had to re-record that chat, and I went with a whole other topic, because I was like, I'm in a mood. I was in a mood. I was in a mood the week before. I didn't do very well to hide it either, but hey, we're all friends here, and sometimes we're in moods, and that's okay. That's how it is. So if you are just landing on this video randomly, and you are new to my channel, this is probably not the weekly video for you. Sat Chat, in case you're new, Sat Chat is just a weekly catch up with the community. We chat in the comments after the Sat Chat goes up. It's always nice to see what everybody's working on and what everybody's up to and how everyone's doing. And I think we had like a record amount of comments last week. I think it was like something like 900 comments. It was crazy. And it was so fun. The conversations going back and forth. And it's like kind of like being in a big, I don't know, like a big room of friends, because like everyone jumps in on the different like comments, and it's just as fun. So just don't be shy. If you want to take part of a conversation that you're seeing happening in the comments, it's public, feel free. As long as you're respectful and a good person, then we're good. You know, obviously don't go in there and start like, you know, I don't know, being a jerk or anything, because I'm not going to stand for that. But other than that, you know, have fun and enjoy and hang out with like-minded artists and crafters. So this isn't a tutorial. I know every once in a while I'll get like somebody like very confused, like, what is this? What is this video? This is weird. So this week there have been quite a few. I've actually been on quite a streak of like posting videos. I usually shoot for every other day. Like I shoot for 4 videos a week, but for whatever reason this week I've had extra stuff to share, I guess. One was because I did a video on like kind of end of the year, beginning of the year decluttering, and I realized that it's February and I still hadn't posted that video, and I recorded it like the last week in December, so that went up on Wednesday. I was just kind of deciding whether to purge or hoard certain supplies. The funny thing was, when I filmed that, I don't think that like the big box art stores like Blick and Jerry's had upped their free shipping thresholds yet. Now they're up again. But I remember back in the day when it was like, because I didn't know about like Blick and not Jerry's Autorama. I used to order from Art Supply Warehouse, which I think is like, they were affiliated with Jerry's Autorama. I don't know if they still are or not. But when I was ordering for my school and for the nonprofit that I taught for, I would be placing these big orders like once or twice a year. So the free shipping was like after $199 anyway. So that's what it always was until like Amazon kind of hit the scene with their $25 free shipping. And then like everybody kind of brought their free shipping thresholds down and held the coupons and stuff. So anyway, so it's funny that because I hadn't even realized that. So it was fun it was just kind of fun to get all these different perspectives, and it's always fun. Like I love it when I kind of rediscover a product that you know, that I wasn't very impressed with, or maybe I liked for a while and I kind of forgot about it, and then I have a whole new way to use it. So Frugal Friday yesterday was about using office labels, because I was cleaning out because I keep my gift wrap stuff, except for Christmas wrapping paper, which I keep up in the attic. I keep my like everyday wrapping paper with the craft stuff, because I'll use tissue paper for crafting as well as gift wrapping, and then I have my butcher paper, my brown and white craft paper that I'll use for craft projects, as well as and protecting my work surface if I have a really messy project. And I'll also use that for gift wrap, because I really simplified my gift wrapping. A lot of times I love the look of like brown paper packages tied up with string. Those are a few of my favorite things. And the baker's twine, and maybe tuck a little sprig of something or a little die cut pine cone and tassel on there, you know, make it look all fancy Martha Stewart-like. And brown paper, man, it just looks great with everything. So I'm not too fancy. I do have like a roll of happy birthday paper. The kids like to use that, but you know, for the most part, it was pretty downsized. But you get all these, like, you know, if somebody gets a gift bag, we don't throw it away. If it's in good shape, we reuse it. I think everybody does that. So, you know, there's some gift bags and some odds and ends. And anyway, I came across this box of computer printer labels. I actually think I have them in my card over there. So no, I have them in here. I stuck them in my, this is my like no muss, no fuss jelly printing box. So I've got like some chalk pastels, some Jane Davenport pan pastels, some liquid, the pouring acrylics. I don't like paint pouring, but they're great for gel printing, some Mod Podge. And I stuck these in here too. And I also have some like printed out sheet music that the kids had for something and they didn't need it anymore. So I can gel print on these. But anyway, so we use the old, look at this box. I think I got this when I worked at Radio Shack in the 90s, in the mid 90s. And I think that's what this is from. And it's only like half used. So I'm like, I'm using some of those up. They were in my gift wrap. They were in my gift wrap box because honestly, I have addressed gifts with the computer. So Fantasy Lindsay wants to make the Martha Stewart gift wrap pretty baker's twine, pine cone, tassel, sprig, and, you know, fancy little die cut tag or something. In reality, Lindsay is sticking a computer label on there, writing to so-and-so from Lindsay. So reality fancy. Sometimes I like to get fancy, but so I'm like, no, Lindsay, you gotta stop. You gotta stop with that. You have so many tags. You have so many things that you can address writing on the package with a Sharpie would be classier than using the computer label to address your packages. So I'm like, we gotta do something with that. I was gonna chuck it, but I'm like, no, that I could use that for Frugal Friday. So we used up some labels, made some real fancy things. Actually, we made some cards with our fancy labels that aren't sticking. Actually peeling up. I need to glue that down. I'm rethinking my frugal Friday tip here. My stickers are peeling up. But anyways, we made a few cards with it. You'll have to watch a video to see that if you want to see that that masterpiece, I guess. But it was fun anyway, and I hadn't done a card making video in so long, and I didn't really intend for it to be a card making video, except I was like, well, if I just make these stickers and don't do anything with them, then they're just going to go into the pile of hoard over there of like beautiful, because like I save things that I have received like packages in the mail in, like if it's pretty paper or pretty vellum or something like that in packaging, I keep it, I save it, like little weird scraps, and that's where it would go. And I do have some of it on this pile. Like, see, there's some of these labels are on the pile because I didn't use them all up, but so yeah, you gotta do something. You gotta make something with it at least, because you know the pile is getting big, and then I'm gonna have to make a bunch of backgrounds like I did last year. The serendipity backgrounds. I don't know what I did with my blue headband. I was gonna wear that today because I have I have blue on, and also I have the cutest little like skater skirt because I was wearing leggings, and I was like, that looks pretty lame. So I'm like, I'll throw that little skirt on. I got my leg warmers and everything on because it's like a snow day and I want to be comfy and productive. And I think if I just wear leggings, it's too much like wearing pajamas and I'm not very productive. But if I put like a little skirt over it, then it's like, okay, you know, keeping it classy. I'm like ready to roll here. I got ambition. Leggings on their own are like, I want to take a nap, but leggings with a skirt over it, and it's like, I'm funky. I'm funky and I'm gonna do something artsy. And I got ambition. Oh, and so the reason why I wanted to do the stickers, it was just serendipity that I happened to find them because a couple weeks ago I found the cutest little like 1" by 3" little sticker booklets on Amazon, and I don't know how I came across them. I think I was looking to link up that sticker book that it's the one I used in the Frugal Friday video. You can see what I mean if you look at that video. But it was like this sticker book. It's like this book of vintage stickers, and it was like $10. And I was looking to link that up because Amazon sells it for $12. The regular price is $25. But I happened to find like this one sole sticker book for $10 at my local BAM. All the other ones on the shelf were $25, but this one was on the bargain table for $10. And so of course I couldn't pass it by. And I'm glad I've made quite a few things with that sticker book already, so I don't regret it. And so I was looking for that on Amazon to link it up because people had asked me about it. And then I saw these cute little sticker books, 50 stickers, and they were $1.91 each. And my first instinct was, well, I have some address labels. I can make those or make something like it. But I'm like, man, those are really cute. There's a lot of different colors. That would be a big ordeal. That would take me like 3 days. you know, to save $1.91. It was free shipping. There were like 6 different kinds. I really liked 5 of them, so I bought 5 of them. So I spent just under $10, right? Yeah, just under $10. And actually probably was around $10 with shipping. I mean with tax. Right around there. I don't know. I think it was right around there. But probably exactly $10 now I think of it. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, they were really cute. And I'm like, well, yeah, why would I spend 2 days making these? I can buy them for $10 and have them ready to go, because am I really going to make them, or is that a fantasy Lindsay project? But reality Lindsay would throw those on some projects because that would be really easy. So I ordered them. And then I mentioned it during Sat Chat, and then about an hour after Sat Chat went up, people were saying the sticker books are sold out. So I don't think they had a lot. I don't think they listed a lot. But anyway, I know some of you guys got them, but a bunch of you guys didn't. So then I thought, well, I told the people about these really cute sticker books. I'm going to get these really cute sticker books in the mail eventually. I mean, I think they're on a slow boat from China, because I don't know where they shipped from, but they shipped like a month ago, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and they're still nowhere to be seen yet. I think they said they can come anywhere between February 5th and March 5th or something. But anyway, I'm like, well, that's not fair. If I could show people how to make something similar, and then they can craft along too when I get my sticker books in. So so that was actually the whole idea behind that Frugal Friday project. I was gonna film it last week, but I ran out of time because I was working on that big Derwent, all those Derwent lesson plans for the trade show that I'm going to next month in New York. I'm going to be demoing at a trade show. I feel like super fancy about that, but I think I was a little overwhelmed. I finished up the last project today. I still need to edit the video, but I've written the article. Everything's filmed and photographed. So I feel a lot more calm now that that's done. That's a good feeling. And I was on schedule the whole time, but I just, sometimes when I have like a lot of things to do, even though I have plenty of time to do them and I've stayed on task, I still get overwhelmed just when I think about all the things that I have to do, like big, it's like I can't just think step by step. I always think of like the big thing and get kind of like freaked out, you know, like when most people like buy a house, they think of like, what's the monthly mortgage payment going to be? Can they handle that monthly mortgage? I think of like the, you know, the massive amount it's going to cost me after all that compounded interest of, you know, whatever, you know, so I get myself really overwhelmed. So yeah, as you can probably imagine, that planning for my twin daughters to go to college is super pleasant and fun, but I'm just not thinking about that right now. I'm going to take a break from thinking about that for the weekend, because that's super overwhelming too. But hey, you know, I'm sure every other parent in the world also has that struggle. So not gonna think about it. Not gonna do it. I did post a fun tutorial and I tried some different editing, because I've been doing so much editing with the Derwent project that I'm like, I should really do some of this, you know, higher caliber editing on my YouTube videos. Not Sat Chat though. Sat Chat's gonna stay the way it is. But so this whole thing in real time, like without cutting out any boring bits, this set of 3 landscapes, let me turn that away just for a second. I don't know if that's better or worse. It took like 33 minutes, I think. It was really fast. It was just kind of one of those, because sometimes we overwork things and you just gotta let it do its thing and be. And so that's why I took the paper and I divided it into sections with masking tape, so that you could like work for a bit on one and then stop and work on the next one, stop, and not like fester over details and get like all like overwhelmed. And plus I was using some granulating paints, and you really just want to let them be and let them do their thing if you want to get those textures in different areas, like skies, where you have like a lot of space where the paints can like mix and mingle and do their thing. So I didn't have to, I kept it in real time rather than time-lapsing it. I kept it in real time, but just cut out kind of like the parts where like maybe my hand was reaching over to grab something else, you know, and it's not even that it's that much time, but when you chop out all those little bits of like, I'm gonna sit there and think, you know, like this, that's not real interesting video. So like cutting that stuff out, and it worked out really well, I think, and I got a lot of good feedback on it. So if you watched that video, let me know what you think about the editing. If you haven't watched it yet, I hope you check it out and let me know what you think, because I just want to know if it's worthwhile spending that time, because it does take considerably longer to, you know, edit it rather than just, you know, time-lapse it. But I think that like something like that, where it's kind of nice to see like the paint evolve in real time. I mean, it's fun to see it in time-lapse too, because then you get to see like the paint flow faster and like the effects happen faster. You know, that's fun too, but it also can be unrealistic if it's a beginner, and that is a beginner tutorial, for a beginner to see that, and if their paint's not moving like that, then they're not, you know, they may question if there's something wrong with their paint or something wrong with their technique. Whereas if you're a little more advanced, seeing a time lapse is fine because you know how long it takes, and you're, you know, and I'm sure if you're seeing a time lapse even as a beginner, you know that obviously that's sped up, but it still might not click when you're looking at the paint kind of flowing and doing its thing. It might not click that it doesn't go that fast in real life, I think. But anyway, let me know what you think. I'd be really curious. Obviously, well, I was just thinking I probably wouldn't edit everything like that, but once in a while, I think it's worth doing. This is another one coming up. I'm not sure if I'm going to post this tomorrow or in a few days because I've had quite a streak of videos, and I don't want to overwhelm people with too many tutorials. But this was fun. This was just I was just playing around. I was ahead of schedule, so I just wanted to kind of play with some markers because I hadn't used markers in a while. I wanted a palette cleanser from all the pencil work I've been doing, and I had a real good time with that. So I think I'll be doing a giveaway too with sketch markers sometime later this month. So just kind of, if you have been curious about trying the sketch markers, I took them out of my marker rack, then I put them back in because I use the markers in here a lot more if they're there and I can reach for them. To be honest, ideally this would be sitting in front of where I work, not behind me, because that would be way more convenient. But for like filming, I have it there because it looks kind of fun in like videos to see the wall of markers. So that's why it's there. I get comments on that a lot. This case is, I bought it from a woman who owned a scrapbook store that I used to shop at. When she closed her store down, she sold the displays, and that's where I bought that. And I cannot find anything like it anywhere else. I think you could make something out of foam core, similar, but a clear acrylic one. It was a Zig pen display, but I don't know where you can buy one. I've looked, but I get asked that almost every week. And this cup here, this is a Maine Monster mug. It's from Studio 207 on Etsy. She's a Maine crafter, and my sister bought me that for Christmas. So I get asked about that too whenever it's on camera. So I just want to let you know about that so you can find that if you want, because it's so cute. They're all, and everyone is unique that she makes. So it's really kind of fun that, you know, nobody's gonna have exactly the same one, but you could get something similar to it. Oh, I have some notes. Oh, so last weekend I was just kind of like, well, you know, last week I had refilmed Sat Chat because I was a grumpy Gus, and I'm like, I'm not going to spread that. I was kind of grouchy the week before, and I don't want to do that twice. I don't want to whine twice in a row. That is not the kind of wine you want excess of. Well, you probably shouldn't have any excess. You probably shouldn't have you probably shouldn't have excess of any type of wine. A little bit's okay. But so I had done that. We did that video about our crafty regrets, and it was so fun to read what you guys' crafty regrets were. And it was so nice to know that I'm not alone. And it was so funny when some people agreed with me on certain products, and then some people were like, no, you gotta try it this way. So many of you guys recommended using the Tim Holtz Distress Oxide sprays on the jelly plate. That's another reason why I did that with those labels yesterday at Frugal Friday, because I'm like, I'm giving it a try. I had several people tell me to use them on the jelly plate. One woman said, I use them on the jelly plate just so I can use them up. She's like, I use everything on the jelly plate so I can use it up. So, I mean, hey, jelly plate's pretty good for that. It's to make some nice, fun, random things, which are good. They're good to happen, because otherwise you won't know what it can do until you try. And that's the other thing. You don't know what a supply is going to do. You don't know if you're going to like it or not until you try it. So don't beat yourself up if you buy something and it's not for you, because you don't know until you try it. You can watch a lot of tutorials, you can listen to a lot of reviews, you can watch a lot of reviews, but you're not that person. And you know, you don't really know 100% until you try it for yourself. But if you do watch a few reviews, you can get a pretty accurate idea. And if you watch reviews of people who work similar to the way you work and like similar products, then you can get a pretty good idea before you buy. I will watch reviews before I buy something. Most of the time, it'll talk me out of buying it, because once I get to see it, I think it kind of satisfies a lot of that curiosity for me. But I don't think there were many reviews out when I was all excited about the Distress Oxides, because it was the year they came out. They were new and I was at a stamp show, and I was looking for them. So yeah, whatever, you know, you live life, you learn things. And I felt like I was gonna go somewhere I completely lost my train of thought. But so last weekend, you know, I was grouchy. And, you know, I was thinking, I need some self-care, and I had been really stressed out, and my skin was really showing, it just looked very dull and unhealthy. And I was just like, oh, I was craving, my skin was craving. Do you remember, ladies, the Queen Helene Mint Julep Mud Mask? Do you remember that? Cast your mind back to when you were in high school. And about the only mask you could buy. I think you could probably get like a grapeseed peel-off mask. That was probably also by Queen Helene. But the Queen Helene Mint Julep Mud Mask, you can smell it, can't you? Can't you even just smell it, hearing the words Queen Helene? The refreshing mint mud mask. Well, I was just like, I need a Queen Helene. I need a Queen Helene mud mask. And I was like, I wonder if they still make them. So I start Googling, and they still make it. Can you believe it? You could still get it. Like, I guess on like Amazon or at Walmart and probably drugstores and stuff. So like since then, I'm like, I want a mud mask. And so I went through all my stuff to see if I had any mud masks. I didn't. I hadn't done a face mask in like years. So I asked the girls if they had any mud masks. And the only masks I have are actually ones that I bought for the girls that they, didn't want anymore, and they gave back to me. They didn't have any mud masks, which I guess, I'm surprised though. You'd think teenagers would utilize the mud mask more because it is kind of a drying mask and it does suck out all the impurities from your skin. But anyways, there were no masks to be found, mud masks to be found in the Weirich house, but the girls were going out to Target, so I asked them to look for a Queen Helene mud mask. I showed them a picture of it on my phone, and they could not find Queen Helene at Target, but they did bring home a French pink clay mud mask for me, which actually wasn't a mud mask, it was a peel-off mask, so I don't think there was any actual French mud in there, but my skin did feel very renewed and detoxified after that, so it was all good. I'm still going to be buying a Queen Helene next time I see it. I even think Hannaford might have it, which is my local grocery store, because I mean, that was like the mask. That was like, you could find it anywhere, every grocery store, every drugstore, every, like, back in the day it would have been like Ames or Zayres, or I'm trying to think what the Riches, those were the three that were around here. McCory's, those were the ones that were around here when I was a teenager. I don't think we had Walmart. Walmart came in when I was a teenager, I think, when I was in high school. But yeah, let me know in the comments below if you remember, or if you still use the Queen Helene. Like, I'm gonna be getting a Queen Helene next time I see it. Anyway, it was this green mask, and you put it on, and it smelled like mint. It smelled so good, and it like sucked all the bad stuff out of your skin. It was amazing. So I'll link to it. I'll link to it. Amazon has it. I don't know if you can get a single tube or if it's in a 2-pack, and it's probably cheaper. I don't know. I think it's around $6 on Amazon. It might be less. I'm trying to remember what I paid in high school. I don't think I paid much less than that. I'm thinking it was maybe $4 or $5 or something, but man, that was good stuff. I'm really curious to see if it's as good as I remember when I find a bottle of it. But anyway, the pink French clay masks I think was good too, because I definitely felt like I have stripped the impurities from my face since I did that. I've actually done it twice since I got it last weekend, and I'm feeling very renewed. Don't worry, friends, I'm not going to become a beauty blogger. Budget beauty buys, Queen Helene, that's all I got. The Queen Helene mask, that's my only tip for you friends. I don't even know. Somebody asked me what shade of lipstick I was wearing last week, and I'm like, seriously, it's like Wet n Wild. Rich wine, I think, and I picked it up at Dollar Tree. But they don't test on animals, so, I can't keep lipstick on for a long time anyway, and I wear makeup like once a week, so, I certainly am not a guru, but I do like skincare, though. I like my skin to be in good shape, like sunscreen and anti-wrinkle cream and all that jazz, but I'm like not fancy Pond's, man. You really can't beat Pond's. It's effective, it's cheap. I got the sensitive skin Pond's for my kids when they were little. My husband will, that's what I put in like the medicine cabinet for like my husband to grab, or the kids to grab, just the classic Pond's. Not the cold cream, but the just moisturizer. I'm not endorsed by them. I don't know anybody that works in beauty. That's just been my preference, and I like I think it's called Rejuvenescence or something like that. It's used to be in a silver and white cup, and now it's in like or pot. Now it's in like a red and silver and white pot, but that stuff works really well too. I don't think they make a sunscreen though. I have to do the Olive Olay Complete Sensitive Skin for the sunscreen. And I don't think you need the sensitive skin, but that's just happened to be what I picked up. And if I can't get it at the grocery store, if it's like for skincare and makeup, if I can't get it at the grocery store, I'm probably not going to try it because I won't be there at the fancy store. But that's oh, it was funny because there's a store called Martin's in Maine, and it's a surplus and salvage place. Well, they got a big shipment of Sephora like cosmetics. Oh my word, my girls went bananas. Because it was like all like 60% off or something, the Sephora price, so they were pretty excited. I didn't go and check it out, but even my frugal Maisie went and checked it out. They got some good deals. I used to do that when I was a teenager. I would love it when like Martin's would get in some like awesome fashion or makeup. So it's fun. You gotta find your joy, friends. If a Queen Helene face mask can give you a spark of joy, then go for it. You know, just embrace it. Just embrace it. I had a list. Let's see if I missed anything. Let's see if I talked. Let's see if I hit anything. Bring it all. Missed anything. Let's see if I hit anything on this list today. I had sore shoulders all week, and I thought that it was stress related because I was really stressed out last week. But this morning I went to shovel because the snow. We had gotten quite a bit of snow last night, and I wanted to shovel the walkway and find the dog's lead. So if she wanted to go out and didn't want to, stay out longer than I wanted to, I'd have it. And soon as I took one scoop on the shovel, I'm like, oh, that's why my shoulder was sore from last weekend shoveling. When I shoveled and the dog got away from me and she took off and she was so naughty. But luckily there were no plow trucks, no traffic. She did a couple loops around the cul-de-sac and I eventually was able to catch her. But man, it's funny how your body gets completely unused to a certain activity like shoveling, and then like the next day you're like, what the heck happened? And then you completely forget that because it's something you don't do all the time. You just forget about it, and then it's like, oh, that's why I'm sore. It's that as soon as I took one scoop of snow, I'm like, oh, that's where the shoulder pain is. Cause I was like, what did I do? I was thinking I had carpal tunnel from the video editing. I'm like, well, maybe just raising my shoulder to like work a mouse, or because I edit on my husband's desktop because it's more powerful. I usually take the keyboard tray off and set it on my lap because I'm used to a laptop. But so I'm like, I don't think I've done anything that like repetitive. Shoveling, man, so out of shape. So out of shape, friends. Oh, but it's like the only way you get in shape for shoveling is by shoveling, and you don't do that all the time. Thank goodness. I think that's really it. That's it. Oh, good news. Groundhog's Day this week was cloudy, so the groundhog did not see its shadow, at least in Maine. So I think that means spring's going to come early. Fingers crossed. The groundhog says, I'm putting all my hope in the groundhog that spring is almost here. That's it. I gotta go. I actually have some bread rising upstairs. I'm making fresh rolls and doing a sandwich bar for dinner. So I love bread baking during a snowstorm. That's like one of the best things. That's, if that's not good, I don't know what it is. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having an awesome weekend, and I will talk to you in the comments. Bye. Happy crafting.